Definitely trying to turn on WGCI and hear this shit.
This is an after party.
On some shit, you know
This is
what
an
I'm
after
saying?
party. Anything goes.
That's what I'm trying to turn on the radio and hear one time, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's slow.
Strictly MySpace boys.
All right, there you go. Yo, we live.
Live? All right.
Yeah, we live.
Sorry.
Yo, where we at? All right, it's your man, Tony Sco. You already know what it is. Another edition of the After Party. Tony Sco Morning Riot Show. As soon as Sherm get the damn camera together. Yo, of course, it's Thursday, my favorite day of the week. I got my homeboy, Drew. FakeShoreDrive in the building.
Yeah.
And we got special guests, man. I'm going to let you tell them all about it.
All right, check it out. We got kids. Well, some are kids these days in that.
Right.
In
Where the
house
other
today.
kids at?
Where the other kids at? They didn't wake up that
Everybody's
early.
everywhere, man.
You know, kids these days don't wake up.
Shout out to Lane on the bass. It's his 20th birthday today.
Shout
You know
out
what I'm
to
saying?
Lane.
Playing
Okay.
with Frank Ocean at Coachella, you know, so shout out to
Yeah,
them.
people were playing with Frank Ocean at Coachella, right? Is Greg too?
Yeah, just Lane and Greg. You know?
Did you guys get a chance to go down?
No.
Because I've been seeing videos
trying
of
to
that
pull
shit, and
that,
I'm telling
man.
you, I'm getting my Coachella tickets for next year.
Man, when I'm not, I don't
I'm not missing
understand
another one.
why niggas didn't care about Nate Dogg hologram. You know what I'm saying?
But was he
Like,
on? I thought they canceled it.
Cause I would
I thought
love
they
to
did
see
part of
Nate
that.
Dogg
Hold on, I think
hologram.
he
Like
did
I'm
this
all about that.
They canceled it.
They canceled it.
He didn't run.
His
They just did Tupac.
His hologram.
They
didn't
canceled
get
it the
up
last
there.
Tupac
minute.
wasn't a hologram, though. You feel me? Like,
Tupac was a hologram, but he was watching his hologram
It
somewhere.
actually was a
in
2D
Cuba.
image. It's
On
not
the
a
low.
full. It wasn't. It was an old.
Hey, niggas was saying like,
He almost blew his
video game, man.
Tupac gonna actually play Coachella in 2013. Don't tweet.
So you know it wasn't actually a hologram. It was actually just a 2D image. Hologram is 3D. What it was an old trick that they used for the smoke and mirrors. They projected an image off one mirror onto another mirror, and that's how they did it.
Really?
It's actually fairly simple, and it's not as expensive as they made it seem.
But like I said earlier,
Damn,
this
so it
shit
wasn't
could
3D
be
and
cool,
shit?
but it could also be tragic. Like, don't start bringing back motherfuckers who should still be dead. Like, don't bring back the lead singer of H-Town and shit. Let some of these motherfuckers stay dead, all right? Everybody ain't got to be hologram. We don't want to see some of these motherfuckers come back. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not sure they know who H-Town is.
H-Town. Somebody brought the knock in the boots. I know kids these days don't, but there's some motherfuckers out there that know who H-Town was.
We don't need H-Town.
Yeah, we don't need to see H-Town back. Lead them on. I would like to see, though, let me say this.
Liam.
Raekwon said
Hey,
he gave
Liam.
props to that shit. He said he would like to see ODB hologram. I love to see the entire Wu-Tang with an ODB, not even rapping, just sitting on the fucking speaker like he used to do for
in the
real.
background.
Man, there's a lot of holograms I would like to see,
Biggie.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but for real, which holograms would y'all not like to see? That's the
Holograms would I
question.
not like to see.
Man, who's
The
this
white
guy?
Michael Jackson. I don't want to see that one no more.
Hey, but real quick, man, before we get started, tell them who you
Tell
guys
them who you guys
For the
are,
people
'cause
that
you
don't
gotta
know,
make the
man,
formal
kids these
introduction.
days, who you guys work with in the city, who have you
You know
worked
what I'm
with,
saying?
what's the whole Kids These Days movement all about?
This is Vic and Nico of Kids These Days. Save Money representatives, you know what I'm saying? South Side, North Side, Save Money still alive.
Hey, man.
And all that, you know what I'm saying? And here's Liam of Kids These Days, too. We gonna have to fit him
Come here,
in.
Liam.
He came in like he can't get out of
Come
the
here,
house.
He came in like, where the cocaine and hookers at, goddamn? I'm
Get
Secret
you a
Service
joint
this
in the
bitch.
middle. Yeah, in the middle.
We got some real life rock stars. Now
Cheers,
tell
man.
everybody, like, for those who don't know, what your role in the band is.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm guitar, I play guitar, and I sing.
Get all the
Did you guys already go through what you do for the?
I play trumpet.
I be spitting, you know what I'm saying? Screaming, rapping, singing.
What's your
You know what I'm
sound?
saying?
Like, what's the sound? Like,
Trap
if I could
house
describe-
Trap house rock.
Trap house rock.
Trap House Rock.
Trap
Hey, let
House
me
Rock.
ask you guys this because you don't see a lot of instrumentation in hip hop these days. A lot of sampling. You know that you can name on one hand the actual rap groups that have done it
Let me
with
get
live
a chair
instrumentation,
and
like
come in the
the
middle
Roots
somewhere.
and guys of that nature.
Mhm.
So, how important do you guys think the fact that you guys are musicians plays a part of your sound? You know what I mean? As opposed
I think-
to just sampling and things of that nature.
Well, I think there's a lot of musicality in hip hop that has gone unnoticed.
Wow.
As the years have gone on, like hip hop used to be a real musical art form, and there's still a lot of music in hip hop right now. But I think a lot of it goes like like uncared for, and I think hip hop and like jazz and funk and soul and all of that come from the same place, and I think that place is somewhere in the soul and not defined by any one box, you know. So like I think that's what kids these days is all about, really, is like breaking out of that box and not talking about just hip hop, not talking about just jazz, not talking about none of that, really talking about trap house rock.
Music.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
our
music,
sound
you
and
know?
us, you know, as people from
Describe
Chicago.
trap house rock.
Yeah,
How would you,
for those
if you
who
could put it
don't
in words,
understand.
how would you describe that?
Man, how would you describe trap house rock?
It's that rock when you in the motherfucking house with
And when you
no
say rock,
furniture in
when
the
you say
motherfucker.
rock, when you say trap house rock, you know, I know everybody gets trapped right off the joint. But when you say rock, is it more like a NERD rock, or is it like a Led Zeppelin or Rush?
Man, it kind of goes all over the place, man. You know, I mean, we
is all
first
over.
labeled the shit Trap House Rock just because we were sick of people telling us it was like funk, soul, jazz, rock, rap, or some, you know, some shit like that. You know, some,
Everybody they'll try to
lame-
put you in that box
I
and say, "Oh, these are like
somebody
they're like
said
the
that shit
Roots."
to me.
Plenty of
Right,
them.
yeah.
We
And
got
I
the
think
Roots
just like the
joints.
Roots.
I think what's
You know what
happening
I'm
with
saying?
music right now is like, and I think this is across the board, not even with just hip hop, is that like it just sort of reflects where our technology is at the time. You know, in the early 30s or whatever, every sort of, you know, every town had its own sort of style of music, and you would only sort of play that style of music within your town. 'Cause
Right,
you had no
right.
real way of
But now with the
communicating
worldwide-
music,
Right.
you know, through, you know, you had no way of communicating across the country.
You literally had
But
to
now that you
grab
can
that
send
shit
anything
across
across the world in 3 seconds, I think that's reflected in the music. Everyone's just taking stuff from everywhere, and that's what comes out. So, you know, I think this is just more of what's to come.
You guys mentioned a lot of sounds and genres of music. Who would some of your influences coming up, whether it be a funk influence, a rock influence, jazz influence? Like,
Man, we could go
for
on
each of you
forever.
guys, like some of your personal people that you look up to music.
Damn. I mean, I could start with trumpet players. I could start with Lauryn Hill, Biggie, Clifford Brown, Miles Davis, John Coltrane,
So you grew up listening to a lot of
Stevie
jazz.
Wonder. I grew up listening to Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder and James Brown.
Wow.
And
Was that through your
and the
parents?
Beatles. Yeah,
So
a lot through
your
my
parents listened to that,
parents.
and that's how you got into it.
Yeah, also, I mean, I grew up a hip hop head with Vic, you know what I'm saying, at elementary school, just strictly listening to like underground and old school, like hip hop,
Right.
Tribe Called Quest, and Far Side and
You
stuff
know what
like
I'm saying?
that, you know. So it really comes from everywhere, man. I'm sure all three of us could literally talk all day about people that have
Any day
influenced
now.
us.
But I think that's what's kind of
cats.
refreshing
Typical
about you guys,
cats,
and that's what's missing in hip hop. We always talk about this, like, you know,
Who's your
I'm gonna
influence
keep
in
it
this?
real. I'm gonna be
MCs?
honest. You know, we always say hip hop is
MCs.
like one of the only forms that pits old against the new. Like rock doesn't do that. Like you don't see rock bands telling the Rolling Stones not to tour and not to do shit. But it's refreshing to see cats who dabble in music to know the history. And one thing that's so fucking annoying to me is when I talk to, you know, the younger heads, and they like,
I'm a
I
head.
don't know that motherfucker, so he don't matter. Like,
Right.
you can't say
Or
that.
I would argue that jazz is very
Right.
similar though, because a lot of the older cats are too worried about the golden age of jazz music that they won't open their mind to new jazz
things.
being
That's
made.
fair.
And
That's fair.
and I think it's the same thing with a lot of hip hop. It's like hip hop used to be like in the same way that jazz came from a big band setting to a smaller setting with bebop in a smaller club where people got to really expand and say a lot more with
We
one
get music
instrument.
history in this bitch. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
and I
Hip hop needs to do the same thing for me.
Embrace each other.
Hip hop needs to do the same thing right now. Right now, it's too much about the won't and less about what they're saying. And I think that if they come back to a smaller setting, hip hop, the lyrics will come back and people
Or even
will
not
be
like
really
what you're
spit.
saying. You saying they get caught into the womp, but know why the womp is there. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like people don't get into the theory of music anymore.
Know why
or
that's
get caught up
important.
into the real musicality of it. So it is refreshing to hear you guys sit up.
Right.
And another thing I want to point out that when we ask some of your influences, of course, you know, you went to musicians, you know, first, which means that you guys embrace, you know,
Man.
musicians and
Yeah,
instrumentation.
and what's crazy to me is how that you knew that, like, because not a lot of kids would just seek out and listen to jazz. None that
And that's my point.
What I want to
Like,
say
in order
about
for you
that
to listen
though.
to Steve Wonder, you had to be on punishment and shit. Like,
What I want
you
to
know
say
what I
about
mean?
that though is Jay Dilla and Biggie are just as much musicians as Miles Davis and John Coltrane were, and just as much geniuses and people that should be respected and studied forever. That's what I want to say about that.
Done.
Okay. Now, I met Vic probably when he was 14 or 15 or so, and what impressed me about him off the bat was he was like rhyming over instrumentals that like you haven't heard since the 90s. He was rhyming over like Capone Noriega beats and shit like that.
Random
So
shit.
talk about some of your influences and like what got
As
you
far as
into wanting to
MCs are
rap.
concerned, yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, me and Nico's story is kind of, real similar as far as it goes with hip hop. And it was, I didn't really listen to hip hop when I was like younger. You know what I'm saying? When I was up to like 5th, 6th grade and shit, I was just listening to mad rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play the guitar and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be a big Nirvana fan and shit like that. And then once we got into hip hop, I actually got into hip hop through a skate video where they had KRS-One Step Into a World on the video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my first hip hop song that I really connected with, that I was really feeling. So from there, what we kind of did was we would be through the record stores, through the basement, Coops Records down at Hyde Park and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying, just starting from the ground up. Like Grandmaster Flash shit. You know what I'm saying, Run DMC, and kind of worked our way up towards the present, through Mobb Deep and Tupac and Biggie and mad shit like that. So when I first started spitting, I was still really into a lot of old school shit. And but as far as, hip hop and MC influences, for me it goes all over the place. It's like fucking Prodigy, Mobb Deep, all the way to Rage Against the Machine, Zach De La Roca. You know what I'm saying?
One of the illest.
And Pimp C. You know what I'm saying? Like,
R.I.P. That's
That's a broad ass record.
That's
a
peace to the pimp.
Pimp C.
So how did you guys come together?
school
like
and
that.
like music school. Like we known each other for a long ass time. And then a lot of cats, Liam and well, all three of us went to Whitney Young High School together. And but then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these cats went to Merit School of Music together, studying jazz and shit on Saturdays. And we all just started playing in Liam's basement.
How long you guys been playing your individual instruments? How long you been on trumpet? How long you been playing guitar?
I've been playing trumpet for like 7 years now.
About the same for guitar, 8th grade, so like.
And then you guys
6
self-taught
years.
or like took lessons or
I took lessons on
and
trumpet
then just
forever.
went off on start doing your own thing?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I still
took
take lessons
for like
sometimes.
6 months, and then the rest I just sort of picked up.
Tell them how much work. A lot of motherfuckers don't understand.
Man,
Playing
Us
that shit is
musicians
like
make that
playing
shit look
basketball
easy.
or some
Right.
shit. They just see the
It
finished
looks
product.
easy.
Like how much? Tell
wanna
motherfuckers
talk
how much
about that
time
first?
y'all put in writing, composing,
Practicing.
practicing,
Practicing.
shit right.
Come on.
Even you, like you say, you the rapper, but you still got to be in sync with your band members. How much work? What's the behind the scenes?
And on top of that, is it harder to do a concert, to do a live performance with, say, a band as opposed to a DJ? Which I know you guys incorporate both, but I mean, you know what I mean, just doing a straight track or have the band backing up.
There's kind of, there's different sides to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of cats, when performing with just a DJ and a back end track, they'll have a TV track. So they've got, you know what I'm saying, their ad libs and the end of
Already
their
going
bars
there. Right.
on the end. So they don't really have to rap everything. You know what I'm saying? And they can drop off. Like me, since I'm, not rapping over any back end track and I'm with the band, I have to rap every line. You know what I'm saying? Like, while maintaining my energy and wilding out, jumping around.
Breath control.
But, you know what I'm saying? Breath
That's
control
tough.
is just a real, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of a bigger
How do
factor
you stay
when you're
fit for that?
performing. I don't be doing shit. I just be jumping around, man.
Yeah, because you know what? Like, no,
That's
actually,
just tough.
like,
That shit's hard
to
as
think
hell.
about
I
breath
wouldn't be able to
control, my dumb ass trying to play like the fucking rap game on the damn
rap
Xbox.
stop.
And I done did
About
like
to
3
die.
dance moves. I'm about to fucking die right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know
I'm
what?
all off beat and
And
shit.
it's crazy. Motherfuckers gonna look at me like I'm crazy for saying that. That's the one reason I have respect for MC Hammer. Never did a track show. He used to rap all his shit
Dance
live
like that.
and doing
And never
all
missed
this
a word,
shit,
right.
and eating popcorn chicken and all that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Spinning around some spinning around in his
That
mouth.
motherfucker wasn't saying shit but hammer time. I mean,
That
guys.
shit's hard, though.
Hammer time.
you want to talk about some practice and shit?
Do.
Well, I mean, You know, I think as a musician, there's like 4 components of writing, recording, playing, and listening. And between all that, it's really an 8-hour day. Uh, you know, if this is what you're doing, if you are a musician, then you need to, you know, it's a 9 to 5. It's like any other job, I would say, if not more. Definitely more, actually. Now
What
that
do
I
you
think
guys
about it,
really embrace about the business that you've seen so far? And what's that one damn thing that you just like, you know what, if I can do without this shit right here, this part of the business, I can deal without that. But, you know, what do you like about it and what do you just don't like about the shit?
Man. The business. Man, the business is Trip Nasty, Cody Kazarian, you know what I'm saying? He handles a lot of our business. I like to play the trumpet, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not good at a lot of the other stuff, but that's why we have people like Cody.
You leave it to the other people.
I could
don't
do
know,
without
man,
the whole
like-
business, the whole industry.
You just want to play.
The whole business.
You know, a lot of times it's like
I just want to
it's
make the
like-
music I want to make.
going to what Liam said about the shit being a 9 to 5, though. It's like at the end of the day, it's as your career, you know what I'm saying? Doing music is more than just even writing, recording, listening, and practicing, you know what I'm saying? It's also handling your business right. So
Yeah,
you're
of
not one
course.
of those cats that's the illest nigga that
that actually,
Yeah,
too.
I'm about that, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, the question I want to ask, fucking, let's keep it real, man. We talking about rock and rap. You combining two of the dopest shit out there for groupies. What the hoes like? All the time. And fuck all that. Like, what's the
Yeah, right. And they got
you got rock,
accents.
you got rock and rap. Like that, it don't get the groupie game shouldn't be no higher than
Don't
that.
get some of this
Yeah.
trap house cat.
That's the pinnacle. Like,
Let the top of this
you got the trap bitches, and then
Man,
you
y'all
got
got
the bitch
trap
that
bitches,
got
rock
an Aerosmith tattoo.
Trap
on
house
her.
cat, baby.
They
Y'all
got
got
the
like
best of
rock
both
bitches,
worlds.
y'all got everything.
Yeah,
You
when
know?
did we have the most bitches? I think we had the most bitches like around the time we did this sold out Metro show and then Lollapalooza. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Y'all be
So
getting
in the
bitches with
summer,
piercings and
in the summer
eyeshadow.
we
That's
had
what I
good
like.
bitches just off of those things. You know what I'm saying?
They had that
But
after
you get a
party.
mix,
You should have
Right,
like you
a
get
good
a
mix.
Y'all had that after party in Wicker Park. There was so many chicks there.
Oh, man, that
There was
shit-
so many chicks at that
That
party.
shit was
That
cracking.
Here's
hell
Jenny.
yeah.
Hey, Kilo and Cold Heart from Crucial Conflict were at that party.
Yeah, that shit was reckless, low key.
Juke Squad. Like, fuck it.
That
We had
af-
Kilo and Cold Heart of Crucial Conflict at our party
And
after
they
that
wild.
show.
That
It
after
was
party was
wildin'.
fucking reckless, dude.
Shout out to Crucial Conflict.
Now you guys do
man.
play with Crucial a lot, right? They come
Those
on,
are
they
the
do, you
homies,
do
man.
hay with them and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right?
We did
Yeah,
it
we-
before,
How did that
a
come
couple
about?
times.
How'd you start working with?
Mike
Man.
Kolar.
Super
No,
hood.
through the trap was when we first met
Was
Kilo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kilo,
Word.
like Kilo, jumped into our rehearsal space that we call the trap, and we started playing
Ah,
Hey,
true,
you know what I'm
true.
saying? And then he started jumping around singing that shit,
Uh-huh.
and then we got in touch with Cold Heart, and then they rocked the show with us, and it was like that was it after that. Like it was crazy, you
Them the
know.
homies, yeah.
So you guys have been touring like crazy. The brands are coming out. I saw you guys are going to be in an Adidas commercial. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Run that product. Run that product.
Is that not? Are we not allowed to talk about that?
I mean, you asked. We're not gonna lie.
Right now, I
Yes.
I mean, is it popping or what?
don't know. It's popping.
Okay.
What's the like?
Love to Adidas. Shout out to John
yeah,
Wax.
shout out
to
to
John
comedy,
Wax, man.
and we always got road stories. What's each one of you
Damn.
all's funniest road moment? Like,
Damn.
like for one, I remember we had a road moment where I ain't gonna say no name, but a certain bit of debauchery was going on
Uh-huh.
in a hotel room. So it was,
Oh.
it was a lot of getting in. But there was one motherfucker walking around
Hater
while
den.
the whole orgy fest is going on. There's one motherfucker walking around naked in some Timberland boots with a towel on.
Serving
Actually
motherfuckers
serving
drinks.
motherfuckers drinks.
Refreshing
Like-
drinks.
And the shit was
Motherfuckers are
hilarious.
literally sitting there like
Because
this.
one of the newbies
Oh, yeah,
on the
I'll take some
road,
more.
one of the newbies on the
Top
road
me
that
off,
had
please.
never experienced this
Right,
shit.
top me off.
Like
He top me off.
he's over there, he getting it in, right? And so the dude who's the concierge of sex, we like to call him, is just standing there like, you having a good time?
You
And he
forgot
like-
the cigarette
he
that
like-
motherfucker was
He's
telling
like, yeah, he had a cigarette. He's like, you having a good time? And dude's like, uh-huh. He's like, get rid of this, aren't you? And he's like, uh-huh. He's like, I'll be back too if you need anything. And so dude's like creeped out, but This is what he does. Like he just walks
That's
around.
funny
Like,
as
you
fuck.
need another one? That one look dry. Take that off. Go ahead. put
And
this
during
one.
this same incident, one brother decided to get real comfortable
and
lay his head on another motherfucker's
and
back.
That's when the
Another
shit
nigga
got
like,
real. Like,
shit,
hey,
yeah,
man.
like, we can't be touching, motherfucker. Let them touch. We
I know
can't
there's a
touch.
lot of shit going on here, but there's a lot of space. This is sweet.
That's taking it a step too far.
It's like my man Ty Lynn, God rest him. He said,
Yes,
yo,
sir.
if you ever having a menage a trois with two dudes and the chick, and the dude's nuts touch, like they can never talk to each other ever again. Like, nigga, our nuts touched each other. Like, we literally can never ever speak words to each other again. Like, ever. Like, you ain't my friend no more. Our nuts touched
You're not my
each other.
friend no
Yeah, I ain't feeling that. That shit dead.
Y'all got any rules? I know
We
you
had
got
some, you know what I'm saying? We had some little reckless shit on the road, you know what I'm saying?
What's the favorite place you played though?
Orange Peel, Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina, that was where the reckless shit went down, man.
Hey, talk about this. What are the dangers of all of that reckless shit going down? Like you just said, we living in the fucking internet, the Facebook, the cell phone camera age.
Right.
So talk about how hard it is to guard against shit like that, getting Facebook out here.
Everybody got some shit to say anyway, so it's like, you know,
So you guys
it's
don't
real
even
easy
care.
for anything that you do to end up, like you just said, all over everybody's page and all over Twitter or
Some bitch
whatever.
don't
So
take
it's
no
like,
pictures of me, man. Nah, we always try to lock it down, man. You know what I'm saying? We try to tell them what it is and just, you know, keep ourselves straight. Tell them to keep us off the cameras, you know what I'm saying?
I think we embrace it too, you know, like our Facebook, like a lot of times we'll take pictures of the crowd or whatever and people dig that.
It's cool.
You just got to be worried about the groupies taking pictures,
Right.
putting your DMs out there. And
Yeah,
whatnot.
right. You gotta watch out for that shit.
So what's up? You guys got like I know you had the EP that came out last summer. What's coming out? What are you guys working on an album right now?
Yeah, my
Trap
man just said
house
you
rock.
guys were in the studio last night. What was the project you're working on right now that you guys were in the studio?
Oh man, I was in the studio last night. First, I was working on something that me and my man Thelonious Martin been doing for a little while. Producer, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's in here from New Jersey by way of Chicago, yeah. So look out for Thelo, man. Me and him got something coming up. But then, man, I was done with the session, really. And this nigga Chano came up in the studio. It's
That's
late
shit.
as hell. I've been awake, you know what I'm saying, for mad long. We did a FakeShoreDrive interview earlier with like 15 niggas in a packed tiny room. My head hurt and shit. But Chano come in the middle of the night like, man, I got this beat from Tree. You know what I'm saying? We should make
Shout
this
out to
song
Tree.
right
Yeah,
now.
Tree's dope.
Yep, shout
Tree's
out to
dope as fuck.
Tree's
The
so
whole
dope.
Mayhem family, dog.
Yep.
Yeah, those are my niggas. Shout out to Paper, you know what I'm saying, Twin and them. But yeah, he came in, you know what I'm saying, with an ill-ass beat, so we just did another song, and they can't get home till I
It's
came
time to come
here.
in this motherfucker.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
The album is Trap House Rock. Be looking out for that. That's what's coming out this summer. That's what's gonna do it.
And that's just that'll be an indie release. Like last time straight to iTunes
I
type
don't
of
know
thing.
yet. I don't really know what the deal's gonna be, really. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. Probably.
Hey, I want to talk to you guys about how, like, production-wise, coming up with tracks. Like, is it a matter you guys get a bass line first, or is it a beat first, like, or is it just like organic where it could be this one day or that the next day? It
That's
just
it.
comes together.
That's
It comes in a million different ways, you know. It could be Liam comes in with an idea on guitar and then we all kind of jam it out. Or Lane has a bass line. Or somebody saying some bullshit to Lane and he goes, hey, don't harsh my mellow. You know what I'm saying? And then we make a song called Don't Harsh My Mellow in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So
That's it.
it comes in every way, man. Real organic.
So who kind of like whose idea was it to come up with the group? Like who created like all right, we should get together with him. Let's pull them. Let's get a singer. Like who kind of was the brainchild of everything?
I'd say Lane, our bass player, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, he I had a band with him before Kids These Days, and we were both like getting into like that band was sort of just like, you know, rock, straight ahead rock or whatever, and then we were both at the same time like sort of started to get into like jazz and funk and stuff like that. So we were thinking of, I remember the text. He said, "Yo, Liam, let's start like a psychedelic funk jam band."
Those exact words.
Those exact words.
Hey, I want to ask you guys, being musicians, right? How do you feel about guys, like, because we talked about this before here, like, say, a Weezy or a Jay-Z, who Gets a motherfucker who plays guitar to teach them a few chords, and now they walk around doing concerts with like they're fucking actually musicians, like they play guitar. Like, how do you feel about cats like that? Who just like you, who obviously ain't into it like
they
you,
on the way,
but they're pretending to be rock stars, and you know these motherfuckers ain't rock stars. They can't really play.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
what was the one when like Wayne did that shit at like the VMAs?
Yeah,
That was like that was horrible, man.
you know what I mean? Here you are, a real
But at the
guitarist.
same time,
you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like someone like I haven't really heard him play, but our publicist who works with Kid Cudi, you know, said like he's like really getting into it and like he's trying to learn. Like I don't know if it comes from an organic place. I don't really
That's
care.
all it really is, man.
And not
Yeah.
just
When
a
it's
publicity or
fabricated
something,
and it's fraudulent, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, then it's definitely not something that
Yeah.
I think any of us
totally
can
agree.
respect.
I
You
would
know
just
what I'm
say
saying?
that there's a lot of hard work that goes into doing what people have done in the past on these instruments really, really well. Like, it's no magic fairy dust as to why Miles Davis was Miles Davis. He worked his ass off. John
Be
Coltrane
Miles
worked
Davis.
his ass off to be who he was. And I think that, like Liam said, as long as it comes from an organic place, from a natural place, I got all the love in the world for anybody who wants to take up that challenge. You know what I'm saying? But that's a real thing that they have to really feel and really embrace and work their ass
Because
off.
And I
some
guarantee
motherfuckers
you,
can tell when you faking it.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Cats just wanna use it as
you
a
can.
look.
But then at the same time, there's guys that are faking it that have more chops than
Oh yeah.
some of my favorite blues guitar players.
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Damn. All right. So
Well,
I just wanted to ask that question, especially you guys being.
I gotta ask the guitar player this because I had this debate with my boy who play guitar.
Yeah.
Who are your top 5 in no particular order? Top 5 guitar players of all time.
Top 5. Sunhouse,
Okay.
Delta Blues dude.
Okay.
Jeff Tweedy of Wilco.
Okay.
Check him out. He's known for being like an acoustic, more like rhythm player, but on the lead, he's ridiculous. He plays like nobody else in the history of guitar. He's the dude that produced Trap House Rock.
Sweet.
So the guy from Wilco's producing the song Trap House, or he's producing the
The
whole
album
The
Trap
album.
House Rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
look.
huge.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
huge look.
Yeah.
Wilco's fucking, they're huge.
Yeah, he's
I didn't know that.
He's been a family friend for a long time. He lives in Chicago, and
Wow.
I've known him for a while.
What's your other 3? That was 2.
The other 3, all right, I'll say Wes Montgomery.
All right, definitely.
I'll say Dwayne Allman.
Allman Brothers. Yep.
And then I'm
Last
going to go
one.
back to Wilco and have to say the other guitar player in Wilco, Nelson.
That
That dude's amazing too. So those,
This
that's
coming
my
from a
five.
guitarist guy,
that's
so he
dope
may look at
because-
it differently than we do.
No, I'm gonna have to look
Because
these
usually
cats up.
everybody says
You just
Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Clapton.
I say, I go Clapton, B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimmy Page.
B.B. King.
Fucking incredible.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's a tough question.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough
and it
question.
probably changes on a
I
daily
mean,
basis.
Jimi
right?
Hendrix,
Of course.
Jimi Hendrix in there. Who's my new favorite guy? This dude, Richard Lloyd from a band called Television in the early 80s. He's playing at Double Door June 15th, actually. You should all check that out if you can. He's a great guitar player.
Okay. So, are you guys gonna, what's the deal with like joining a label? Are you interested in joining a major label, or are you kind of anti that establishment, or is that something you can't really talk about?
anti.
Anti, you
Definitely
know what I'm
not
saying, the
anti.
situation. I think it's kind of just a case of falling into the right situation. You know what I'm saying? When things are right and if it's meant to be, then it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But we're not really pressed to rush anything or do anything in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? We just want everything to be what we need it to be, what they need it to be. You know what I'm saying?
We're just trying to make the music we want to make, and
And-
whoever's vibing with that, we vibing with them.
And
you
the
know?
truth is, we've been very fortunate, you know, with the support of our friends and family to be able
Right.
to, you know, get this ball rolling with this band.
Without
You know,
having
with
to-
people like
yeah.
you and, you know, just the Chicago hip hop community that's given us a lot of love. And it's sort of given us some exposure that, you know, a lot of people can't do without a label. So We've been putting
Shout
a
out to
unique
Chicago,
yeah,
man.
we've been putting a
Who
unique
you guys feeling in
opportunity to
Chicago
like.
right now? We got a lot of we've definitely been seeing in this live stream broadcast the last couple of months, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, right.
Chicago is buzzing right now.
Buzzing.
Like a lot of
Hot, super
motherfuckers are
hot.
checking for Chicago. You got a lot of movements out there. So who are some of the other current artists in Chicago that you guys fuck with
The
or even
old
listen
Mice,
Man,
Alright.
the whole Save Money team, man.
Chance the Rapper,
You know,
Caleb James, Joey Perk.
Come meet a Chuku, Presto,
Right.
man. It's a lot of Save Money stuff coming. That's
Save
really
Money's hot right now.
really
Save
what I'm
Money.
all
And
about.
kids these days are like a part of Save Money. Right?
And shout to
Oh, yeah.
motherfucking Chance who came up here and did one of the illest freestyles
Oh yeah,
that
Oh,
we've
my
had in
God.
the history of this session right here. Like,
Damn,
he fucking went.
that dude's
Sorry.
nasty.
That's two of my niggas that was Rastas. Like, he went fucking nuts. So it's like one of the
Hell
best
yeah.
freestyles ever. Pure freestyle off the top. And I mean, you can tell.
Yeah,
like,
it was crazy.
you know, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
So who else?
He and this man and Channel go back and forth for hours, yo.
Man, who the fuck y'all?
Yeah, what's that now?
Who
Now,
else in
talk
Chicago?
about that.
Rocky
What's the
Fresh.
competition like between
Rocky?
you guys?
Yeah, Rocky, man.
Like, who's the person that just like gets everybody else fired up and make like everybody else is in there, but when this one person comes, you're like, okay, step your shit up. This is the guy that like really challenges everybody else in the group. Is there that one person, or do you all do it individually at different times?
I think everybody has a person that kind of pushes them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
Save Money is
okay.
a collective, you know.
Right.
So we all kind of push each other. I know when Vic is in the studio writing some shit and he's talking to Channel about, yo, how do you feel about this line, or like what do you think of this chorus or whatever. Like I know they go back and forth a lot. I know I talk to everybody and Save Money about all the production stuff all the time. I mean, it's a family, it's a union, it's a movement. You know what I'm saying? It's
So you're saying each
Chi-Town
person
takeover.
draws off somebody else and the whole collective at
Right.
the same time, but within the collective, you got each guy may have this one guy that they kind of draw off of, but it's still all Save Money.
For sure.
And you're
It's
kind
always
of
all Save Money.
become like a hot little feature guy. Like a lot of people enlist you to play on their records. Right? Talk about some of the features that you've done. Continue to be
Man,
doing.
GLC, Asher Roth.
It's
Man, it's a million people that I could talk about. I just like playing, man, and I think whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever I get to make music with, it's always a blessing, you know. So, man, I'm just really, I'm humble and happy to be where I am and to have made the music that I've been able to make with the people that I have. So, man, that's all that is.
you guys obviously, have your own look, your own style, your own swag, so to speak. I ain't using that damn word, but it is what it is. Talk
Swag
about
boys.
that too. Talk about the marriage of
Swag boys.
fashion and the look nowadays, along with your artistry, along with your music. Is it necessary, or is it just a part of what it is? And shit, you come out in the paper
part
bag
of
and
who
still
we
do
are.
what you do. You know what I mean?
Music is a part of who you are. Fashion is a part of who you are. Being an artist, it's about presenting yourself as who you are. And like, man, you want to talk? You can talk more about that.
I mean, I don't know. I've been a lot. Before I was really, heavy into hip hop, I was kind of more interested in saving money and buying clothes with it. You know what I'm saying? But kind of as shit has progressed, at this moment, most of the shit that I really want, I can't afford, so I don't really be sweating the shit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we just
Why
repping the
worry
shit
about
that
this
niggas
shit?
hit us off with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's love to everybody who's shown us love. But like he said, for an artist, artists, represent their artistry through everything they do. So the way that you look and the way that you present yourself is all a part of your artistic vision. But there's a lot of cats though that kind of feel like they need to look a certain type of way.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Right.
that shit's played. You know what I'm
that
saying?
shit's dead.
It's
That
just like the
shit's
thing we were talking about
completely
earlier. If it's something that you, like I said, it's organic and natural, this is just
Right.
you. But when you see motherfuckers putting on shit that you ain't really rocking with that shit, but you
Right.
know it's gonna cause a buzz or whatever.
But of
To
course,
me,
you have the
that's
people
lame,
that you connect with. You know what I'm saying? Like on a fashion level, like shouts to leaders, shouts to Sir
Shouts
and
to
Madam. You know what I'm
Usually
saying?
in this motherfucking
Yeah.
session, somebody got
Somebody has
leaders.
a
So I
leader.
see we
You
got
got
at
a
least 2 or
leader's
3
hat on,
leaders
too.
that had leaders shirt.
Everybody.
Leaders is definitely represented in this bitch always.
Always.
Shouts to Ill Rule.
Shouts
Now,
out to Success.
Hell
Shouts
yeah.
out to my peoples at Jimmy Schools, all the shops. Zoe, my man, at Fashion
Straight up
Geek,
Fashion
Dave,
Geek. What up,
Jeff,
Zoe?
Fly, everybody.
Fly.
Robotic Mind,
Dang,
too high.
Jeff.
Yeah,
From all
Robotic
the
Mind,
homies.
Zuhai,
Yeah.
Eddie Curry.
Be the more
New shit.
they might have the coldest fucking sweatshirt or dope boy
sweatshirt.
metal.
Shout out to
That
Ends
trail
Well.
shit,
Yeah.
oh my
That
God,
shit
that
cold as
sweatshirt
fuck.
is so cold.
Yeah,
dog.
that shit cold.
I said, Joe, if it ain't one on my doorstep, I got the bread. You know, I just can't get down there. Nigga.
Right.
Let's do the PayPal thing.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
that.
Bow. So, Vic, I know everybody asks you this story, but it's one of my favorite ones. How you went from sneaking in and almost killing yourself trying to sneak into Lollapalooza one summer, and then the next summer you're playing at Lollapalooza. Tell us about that.
We right around the corner, man.
he did.
Matter
Was
of
it
fact,
He about
the site-
electrocuted himself.
Yeah, we right around the corner from where I had. I mean,
Did
really
you
what
actually
it
get
was,
shot for real?
I got
Yes.
shot like a motherfucker, like completely. I got
No
scars
shit.
from it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
Like, how did that shit feel? Like,
Right here.
Just tell us how you were climbing. Like, what did you were climbing?
All right, here's what happened was I was on Monroe, right across the street from where that big ass you know what I'm saying, screen is. You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy. Right there over the metro tracks.
he's doing.
I was trying to get in all crazy, you know what I'm saying? I had this situation. I was gassed on this foreign bitch who didn't speak English, you know what I'm saying? And I was feeling like I had to go
Prove
save
something,
her from
right.
being lost in there. Because I had told her now, because I took her back around Hyde Park, you know what I'm saying, with me. And then I brought her back up to Lollapalooza, and she had tickets with a friend. And the day before, I had snuck in all smooth. So I told her, just go in, meet me at Buckingham Fountain in 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? It ain't shit. I'm going to see you in there. But then it just wasn't sweet, you know what I'm saying? They had the whole shit locked down mad crazy. So I started looking around and kind of just ended up, since I come from a graffiti background, you know, we've been climbing all over shit for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling like Superman and shit. I tried to climb over a bridge and climb down a metro train structure, and I touched something. I touched a transformer. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. You know what I'm saying? And my arms just Frankensteined out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I could just see my body. It was like I was looking at myself from above myself. I started falling.
How far did you fall?
I felt like 25, 30 feet, man. I got shocked by like 15,000 volts of electricity and shit.
But that probably saved your life on the fall.
It was crazy, honestly. What saved my
On
life
left
was
and
the
shit,
fact that
right.
when I swung down, I was trying to climb down. My arms were like this when I hit the transformer, so that the electricity came in here and went out my elbow, as opposed to going straight and killing me. You know what I'm saying? So then I fell, and I just got lucky. You know, like I
Did
pretty
you
much
meet the bitch at the
I
fountain?
landed on my ass. I ain't meet the bitch, man. I went to the hospital.
Found you. You walked up to the bitch like, girl, how long you been here?
That's crazy, man.
But who found you?
That was crazy. Nah, I mean, look, my
got
niggas
arrested.
was looking out for me. Like, I had,
Oh, you had somebody that was there with you.
it was a bunch of fool, you know, rest in peace, Rodney Cowles. It was
Hey,
Rod
man.
and a bunch of my foolies was over on the bridge. They was distracting the security guard so that he didn't see me
So
while
you
I
could
was
get over,
climbing
right.
down. So when I jumped down, I hit the ground, and I didn't break shit. And for some reason, I thought I was straight. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was still finna sneak in. So I started walking, but I couldn't move my arms, though. You
Wait
know
a
what I'm
minute,
saying?
so you took the fucking volts
And a
got up?
25-foot
To the
fall.
head for some reason.
And
I
a
took it to the
20-foot
head.
Got
fall.
up.
That was
Got up, started walking.
Got
I
up.
got
You said
hit
you
with a
couldn't move your
taser,
fucking
motherfucker, and I was like, hey,
I couldn't
call
move my
somebody.
arms, yo.
I'm not moving.
So at
That
what
shit was
point
crazy.
did you ever go to the hospital or anything?
Yeah. Here's what happened was I couldn't move my arms, and I started walking. I made it about 10 steps away from the bridge. I thought I was still finna sneak in. There's people on the bridge like, yo, you want us to call an ambulance? I'm like, yo, chill, you blowing my spot up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? But, you know what
I'll
I'm
holler
saying?
at
Right.
you.
I'm like, man, I'm decent, man. Nah. And then I
Go
realized,
kick it.
you know what I'm saying? I couldn't move my arm. I started getting freaked out. I got sick. I just sat down, and I got rolled up on by a rent-a-cop, you know what I'm saying, Metro Police, and they got on good bullshit with me and threw me on the hood of the car, and, you know what I'm saying, cuffed me up and put me in the
You
back.
like, my hands up,
Right, I'm like, nigga, I
motherfuckers.
can't
Right.
do these
I can't put them back there, motherfucker.
So, hey,
They
when you
put me in the hospital, I
rapping
was
in, when you
straight.
rhyming and shit then,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it like, did like, after that shit happened, did your shit like just go to another level? Like, you unlock some shit from the
Man,
votes?
what
Like,
was I spitting? What was I spitting around there? I never really touched on that
Sparks,
subject,
right.
honestly, man. You know what I'm saying?
like after that, you just like,
My
man,
question
this shit
is,
just,
did
I'm
you
like,
ever find
I'm
a
like,
I'm like,
this shit
great.
is bananas.
But did you ever find those girls again? Have you come
Yeah,
back
they
in
came to
contact
see
with
me, yeah.
Oh, no, it's
They
been-
came
Yeah,
to
you
see
had
me
to
in
give
the
me some
hospital.
pussy.
They
Like,
brought
bitch,
me
you
like
know what I went through. You
food and
have to
shit.
give me some pussy.
Just OG.
You know what I've been
I
through?
damn near died trying to get with you.
It's been enacted to a state law. You
He
gotta give me
didn't-
some pussy. If I done took all these
He
votes,
didn't immediately address it, but I wrote some shit about it called Clear Eyes. and that song came out with a
What was the name of the song?
Clear Eyes.
After he got clear eyes?
Yeah.
So he got shocked. This clear. Did they open your eyes?
Nah.
That's funny as shit.
Nah, but check out that video shot by my boy Austin Vesely shot that video. And
Shot brain cells.
Hey, you know
Shot
what it
brain
is.
cells.
What time
Brain
is it,
cells.
Drew? It's about that time.
Crazy.
It's about wrap up time.
Oh my God.
Is it 10? All right, this is what we gonna do, man. This is what we're doing. First of all, we gotta thank kids these days for coming through. Everybody, let everybody out there know how to get at you guys. Facebook, Twitter, all of that. Any sites you got up. And also, man, what we like to do at the end of this is let you guys go out freestyle, whatever y'all want to do. All right. So my man DJ LR is gonna put something on. But real quick, let them know how to get at kids these days.
Well, you can holler at us at Kids These Days on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Facebook.com/Kids These Days. Chicago in the building, all that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Chicago.
All right, yo, Tony Sco, Morning Riot Show, After Party. Join us at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hey, but we gonna go on out with kids these days right now, man. This is how we gonna do it. DJ LR, you already know what it is. Bang! Gunshots! Feet doubles!
Let's see, that's what me and Channel was doing yesterday. Eyes hurt, smoke perks, some grimy niggas on Joe Dirt, sitting backstage in that smoke cloud with a sap blazer, got no shirt, she on pop life to the throat, hurt niggas mobbing, we don't get no fuck, told the quad down to just roll up in the chop sock, get a boat cut, pour a little bit of that rum in my cup, say many cents, say money in my club, who we know spending that son of a buck, and beat it with show like who wanna what's up, girlfriend, wanna come in my truck, too tough, goddamn, can't come in my nuts, ooh, can't run in my cuts, can't come in my cuts,
Say more.
Bow, say money, word,
All right, that's it, y'all. Another After Party, Tony Sco Morning Riot Show. We'll see y'all at 5 a.m. tomorrow, man. On the show, we got my man Terrence J, 106 Bar, talking about the new movie. Get your ass out the way, Sharon. Talking about the new movie, Think Like a Man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 5 a.m. We go. Drew, tell them how to get at you, man.
FakeShoreDrive.com, at FakeShoreDrive on Twitter, you know.
Funky Buddha tonight, free.
that old
Funky Buddha
nigga.
tonight, free.
Fuck that old nigga, man.
Leon Rogers.